Don't blink, it's you boying. Welcome to the show. Thanks for doing all. Please having a wonderful day on this 9 November 2024. As you can tell, the sun slowly rising. Yeah, we made it through the morning. Another day, another opportunity to be alive, to be hopeful, and to be happy. But how can I not be happy when we're reviewing episode 1 of Arcane Season 2? So, very short intro. Arcane Season 1 was one of the best shows I've ever watched. I would have watched it more, but I thought the Arcane project was over. I didn't think it was going to get a Season 2. I didn't think they were going to do anything with the project. I thought they gave up on it, and I was sad. And now they released Season 2. So, I feel like before, it's pretty self-explanatory. But before we even continue, the last scene of season 1 is very simple. Jinx takes a missiles in a little RPG, and she sent it through the window of the council. So we watched the first scene as a lot of people died, and it's a rough. The first scene to me is a bit weak because not everybody took the time to rewatch season 1, and it was like 2019. 2021, I believe. So, yeah, it's good because we're continuing right after. It's not good because if you don't know what just happened, you're in a mess. What I really like about the first episode is the duality. And in the first season, we really saw a lot of duality in between characters like Jace, like Victor, like V, like Powder, like Vander, like Silco, right? We saw a lot of that. Now, the beautiful thing is in the first episode, we have more. It's more about the top town, the upper city. It's more about that, and I feel like, see, the problem with the problem with the slums, we don't really have character we give a fuck about. We have Echo, that we saw basically in 2 episodes. We have the ex-leader of the council that some people care about. I feel like those characters, you really get attached to them if you play the game. But if you haven't played the game, the most character that you saw was Caitlyn, V, and Jinx. Caitlyn and V are in top town, and Jinx is a fucking mess. See, I love Jinx. I absolutely love Jinx at the end of season 1. Now, would I take a complete show about Jinx? No, I wouldn't. I think we need V. And that's the craziest thing. I've always wondered, do I prefer V or do I prefer Jinx? Let's say Powder, but Powder is good too. And I never was able to answer. But the question isn't, do I prefer? The question is, would I take a season of V? Would I take a season of Powder? I'm not sure. Right? So the first episode it's really nice because the council, they're acting, and the council was like, yo, we have to counterattack. They attacked us. They really attacked us. And the beautiful thing is, we had the mother of Mel, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, but she's like, yo, we need to counterattack. And it's been shown in previous season, in the previous season, that she is very war prone. She likes to fight, she likes to war, right? And people are still like, yo, can we really really get mad at the slums when the slums were a victim of us for so many years? The slum were just like, you know what? Fucked up side, we're gonna attack it. No. They were. And you're gonna see in this episode number 2, because we watched the whole thing. We watched episode number 2 and number 3. Right? I'm doing number 1 because I think it's gonna be more digestible for you guys, but I could have done the 3 of them. So with this season 2, we also see a V, and I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't even realize it, but V kind of goes against the people of Silco. Now, the reason that I didn't find it important is because she goes after people that we don't really know. So we don't really know that they're important. But then, if you read between the lines, you know that most of Silco's warriors are children. So when she fights adults, you're like, okay, well, it's not the main guy, but it's not the small fry. So people are respecting V, and the nicest thing that happened is Caitlyn, which now has it's not really well explained, but Caitlyn basically have a promotion, and because Caitlyn had a promotion, I think she went to the slums, that she got decorated because she fought, and Caitlyn's like, yo, join us, you're one of us. But then V's like, no, and you kind of understand V can't understand the heart is in the slums. You see her with Echo. You see her when she's eating the food. You see her in the bar, right? That's her place. That's where she belonged. She went to the upside because of Caitlyn. She wanted to help Caitlyn because Caitlyn took her out of jail. It doesn't matter if she loved Caitlyn or not. They had a deal, right? And V is like, okay, you know what? That deal, I'll make sure that we follow it. And I think in that first episode, I think it's really, really nice. My hairs are such a problem. My hair, because they're curly, either are amazing, like right now it's pretty cool, or fucking messy. So again, in episode number 1, we don't really see a lot of Jinx. We know that now. It's weird because the little bit of Jinx we have, it's almost as if she was feeling okay. She was feeling better. She was finding herself once again, which I think is fantastic because we love, in my opinion, Jinx from episode number 3, 4, 5, amazing. 8, 9, not really good. Not really good. Like the supper scene was amazing, but it's just because she flew off the handle, took a normal Jinx, and nobody cares, right? So once we have that, we have Caitlyn who has her place to fight, who has her place to be like, you know what, this is my army. And the really nice thing about that is it's a bunch of people, right, that she trusts, a bunch of people that are willing to fight for a cause, and a bunch of people that are not necessarily going to follow the council, but are loyal to Caitlyn. And what is also really, 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 really cool is they all have some sort of weapon made by Jace. I was looking for the name. See, we even have a Victor that is now completely transformed, and there's a really sweet scene between him and Jace, and Jace is like, yo, you're alive. He doesn't care how Victor look. But that was not so much of a surprise, because even though Victor had a fucked up leg, Jace was still like, yo, we're homies. You don't have to worry about it. We're homies. Just chill. It's gonna be okay. Which is very endearing. So it wasn't really a surprise. And I've kept the best for last. And honestly, this episode's about V. The best for last is a single scene where there's a soldier that comes and thanks V for her service, and she shakes V's hand. Thank you for what you did. See, there's a duality, right? People think Jinx is unstable. The only reason V is stable is because people need her. So if you look at her story arc, right, after the timeline, Caitlyn needed her, she's there. But it's almost as if the only reason she had to go, so it's complicated, okay? So the only reason that she would have left jail was for Jinx, but now, even in this one, she's saying, Powder is no more, Jinx went too far, I have to stop her. Which is beautiful because in episode number 2, we're seeing that V is able to say that, but that Powder isn't. Which to me means a lot, is saying a lot, and is to a certain degree very important. Anywho, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.